Viewers, we've got some breaking news that's coming in right now on the broadcast. Prime Minister Modi and Russian President Putin have held talks. Prime Minister Modi has congratulated Putin on his recent presidential poll win. The Prime Minister has reiterated the position on Ukraine conflict. The Prime Minister has now said that dialogue and diplomacy are the way forward. This is Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, of course, shares a cordial bond with Russian President Vladimir Putin, and he's now congratulated him on his presidential victory. Rishabh joins us on the phone line to get us more information on this. Rishabh, we've seen how after the win, a lot of Western countries had mocked Putin and Russia for what they called pseudo-elections. In fact, India, China and Iran were only a handful of countries that had congratulated Putin and Russia on the victory. Help us understand what the two leaders discussed and also what this means for India's relationship with Russia, given that Putin has been around for a long time now.
Well, definitely. With this 6-year term, Vladimir Putin will be one of the longest-serving head of state for Russia since the Tsar time. You have seen the Russia under Tsar, then the Soviets, and then after the fall of Soviet, we saw the Russia, and where Vladimir Putin happens to be the longest-serving head of state. When the elections happened, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was the first Prime Minister or the first, global leader to congratulate Vladimir Putin. And in this call, which has just concluded, it was an extensive call. Both Russia and India official release says that it was a very constructive call where both the leaders discussed a lot, apart from just exchanging congratulatory message over the victory of Vladimir Putin in Russia. The Indian Prime Minister also went on to discuss global issues, including Russia and Ukraine. India still follow its stance that dialogue and diplomacy is the way forward. Remember, it was the Indian Prime Minister back in 2022 when while the world was discussing various things, Indian Prime Minister, on the face of it, sitting with Vladimir Putin, very categorically said that this is not an era of war. Even now, when this discussion happened between both the leaders, Indian Prime Minister was very clear that dialogue and diplomacy is the way forward when it comes to Russia-Ukraine war. Apart from that, there were various issues between India and Russia. The bilateral issues were discussed, and both the leaders felt satisfied with the way the relationship is going forward.
Right, Rishabh, appreciate you joining us on the broadcast with all those details there. In fact,